I don't know. Sound good to you?
What if I was paying attention?
You are the last dragon?
I'm not. I can't hear a thing.
He can't hear a thing. He can't hear a thing.
Deaf and dumb. D&D.
He said deaf and dumb.
No, I hear him. I hear. Yeah, that's better. A little.
He doesn't.
It's hot. A little lower.
Lower. He said lower.
Okay, good. Yeah, fine.
I am a baritone. Not an alto or a soprano.
What a range this
That's
man
way
has.
hot. Hey, there we go. Turn it off. There we go. What a range this man has, eh? I told you, Armand, you should have very well just went out there and said it in a British accent. It's like, Brian, can I have a card, please?
Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps into this petty pace.
I would like to hear
the
your
last
British.
syllable of recorded time.
That's not a bad one.
It's a tale told by an idiot.
It's more old
full
school.
Of sound and fury.
I would think than
signifying nothing.
More old school, I would think, than anything though, Armand. Not bad. A for effort.
Thank you, Governor.
Hello, Governor.
Yeah, Governor.
And what
everybody's showing up too. Cool.
What movie are we watching today on our screening of Fuck You, you know?
What are these
hey, first.
subject? Let's tell us.
Nope, looks like I'm not first. I want to see the seconds in front of me too. See you one.
What in the cinnamon toast fuck is this setup? We're trying it. Calm down.
It's
I hate it too.
They all hate it.
Yes.
At least we were all able to be seen.
Look at the light in the front in the video. What did you do?
Getting the chat working, pal.
Oh.
What did I do? What do you mean, what did I do?
Trying to dock that turtleneck. I think so. Last show Armand was wildin'. Yes, he was out of control. That's very true.
I was what?
Wildin'.
Oh, well, it was that stupid docking thing that got me. It cracked me up. That was funny.
Armand said, I've never really thought about that, but you know, now that you
that
brought
never,
it up.
that never would have occurred to me.
I believe that I'm going to try that.
But I still think it's, who came up with, the actual tagging of what it was, to come up with a name like that. And
Armand, there's been a name for that for a long time.
Somebody had to dub it.
It was me.
I know. Look, we have to try it in order to know if we like it or not. So
sound like Nancy Pelosi here.
They don't like this setup.
That's what they say, mate.
I don't really particularly care for it either. I guess we're going with it today because we're out of time to change it back to anything. But
yeah.
This is yours, not mine.
I know.
Want your drink?
It's like the 5 o'clock
I would like
news
that.
here.
Yes.
This just in. Armand's an asshole.
Hello from Nashville. Hello, Mike. Michael B.
Michael B. from Nashville.
We have anybody from Louisville? I'm going to Louisville tomorrow.
What are you going there for? Swing some bats?
See a couple of friends of mine from college.
You didn't go to college. Quit lying.
Armand went to Clone College.
Yeah, that's right.
You went to Clone College?
Clone College. Clone Wars, yes. He was brought up in the cloning facilities on Camino.
Everybody going to...
yes.
I think they're going to see Star Wars tomorrow.
Who?
Everybody out in that room.
I'm not.
Not I. I told him.
One spoiler and I'll lose my fucking shit, Armand, is all I'm going to say.
Really not that interested.
Here's a spoiler. It's going to suck.
Nah, that's nothing new. No,
Think?
yeah, that's
Not
no
often.
spoiler.
Not often.
No, I listened to Jacob out there talk a little bit about the cam version he's seen, and from there, it's like, if they do that, if they do what he said, I'll just fucking kill someone. Yeah, I'm going to go to Disney Studios, and I'll probably won't be back.
Luke dies. Yeah, Luke dies. Last movie.
Luke died last movie.
Yep. That's true.
You know what? Fuck that. Fuck all of that. Fuck everything.
Not my Luke.
Fuck that. No, it's not. That's nothing to do with it at all.
Fuck, man. I'm going to have to move over there whenever we do the after show because the cord for the thing, I don't know where to reach. Anyway, it's like a couple people.
Okay. Hello, Keaton. How are you today? He's finding another cord. Hey, I might have my Astro cord with me, mate. An Astro cord would work, eh? Why not? Because an Astro cord would work, mate. You know it would. Don't you Astro glide? How about that, eh? Luke was the master of Jedis. Luke was never a Jedi master, though. Never got. Well, I mean, he never completed the trials. That's all I'm going to say, right? That's
not bad.
Ha, good thing I had jury duty and got out of work. Well, we are glad that you did, Sabrina. While you are talking about this stupid Star Wars movie, I'll be doing dab bits. Matt, number one, Star Wars is not stupid. It has been lately. Number two,
Can we patch it
do
through
those
up
dab
there?
bits. You can do those at the same time.
Yeah, I think so.
Eric going to do the accent all show. I don't know. It just kind of
Oh,
came
please,
on,
no.
and there's not much I can do about it. No, but when I talk seriously about a subject, I can't really do it.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Be very serious.
I could ramble all fucking day, but
Yes.
He could zippity doo dah
You could-
you.
Everett gauges that by how high I am.
Yakety.
He can tell how high I am by how much I rumble.
You must-
like if I just keep going and
you
shit.
must be
and just
soaring.
What was I saying earlier? And you're like, yeah, you're stoned.
You're in the
I know.
mesosphere.
Wish I wouldn't have broke my laptop screen last week after the show.
Please don't, Eric. They don't want me to do the accent all show, Armand.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, audience.
I think
Yeah.
your name sounds better
Hey.
with the English accent.
Hey, Armand, do me a favor.
Yeah.
See that piece of paper? Knock it off the desk, and then that
Yeah.
knock that right off there. Just throw it. Well,
That was a
that's fine.
good. That was a
Now
good one.
smack that Clorox thing out of the way. Thank you. Is it leaking? I hope it's not leaking.
I think so in my backpack. Anyway, your name with an English accent is
French.
Armand.
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 Français.
Vous vivez en Suisse.
This is the new permanent setup, Eric said today.
Permanent. Permanent.
No.
Nobody likes it.
I don't mind it, actually, looking at it.
Victor said, "Do the Spanish." Are you talking about this one? I can do the Spanish accent all
That's
show
not
though.
Spanish.
Eh?
That's Mexican.
It's the same.
Think more Don Flamenco.
It's not the same thing. Everett, you racist. Playing for Don Flamenco, Spanish.
Don't we have? Is that one of our
I don't
subjects
know.
today?
I don't know what a Spanish accent is. Honestly, I could do the southeastern LA. You know, South Central from LA, East LA, man. That's cholo though. It's not the.
That's prejudice, man.
You're-
Why is that prejudice?
He's not prejudiced. He's going full.
You never saw
Stereotypes.
Born in
That's
East LA with
yeah.
with Cheech Marin?
Fucking racist.
Yeah,
right
but-
Hey,
there.
He's
what's
Mexican.
happening?
You're not.
Sabrina Roble says, fuck Eric.
Yeah.
Oh God, mate.
You want another Pizzagate episode? I mean,
Another one?
Only if we get pizza supplied to us.
Oh, if they send us pizza in the mail, we will do a Pizzagate episode.
What's your
Pizza in the
favorite
mail.
pizza?
Pepperoni.
Jack's.
No, I mean what brand?
Oh, jeez.
Jack's.
Jack's?
No, gross. Jack's is like the worst frozen pizza there is.
Are
and
we
I'm-
talking about for the?
Well, but no, I was thinking like chain.
Oh.
Domino's,
Oh.
Pizza Hut. I like Domino's.
So Domino's has the really good pizza. Pizza Hut's is okay.
Pizza Hut's
Papa
not
John's.
good.
I like Papa John's.
Papa
Dip-
John's
they always put too
sucks.
much sauce on
It
it.
sucks.
You got to get light sauce on wherever you get it.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah,
No, you don't.
Yeah,
I
Not
always get light
Emos.
sauce. Anyway,
don't
Papa
like
John's
Emos.
has that cheese dip. They can get to like 50 or 75-cent little cup of cheese, like a little hot cheese.
Well, I'm going up to Chicago sometime over the holidays. I'm going to have
Giordano's.
Giordano's.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Victor Sanchez says if we do a proper 411 episode, he'll send a couple of pizzas. Seriously,
We can't eat and do a show, though. That just doesn't work.
that's true. We will. Yeah, you know how mad you motherfuckers got at me that one time I kept eating on the show? They were pissed, weren't they? I heard
As
about
well they
that for
should have been.
6 months.
As well they should have been.
6 fucking months I eat sunflower seeds on the show and they hear about it. You say one comment about Jewish people and you hear about that for 3 years.
Imagine that. Imagine.
You're a gluttonous anti-Semite.
Everybody knows that.
We don't like it.
We're pretty much tired of it.
Who's Papa?
You guys about ready to go?
Papa D's nuts? Yeah, I was
Man, only
born
11
ready.
people. What do you got on there? How many say you're?
Yeah, sames. Let's roll.
Did you put the post on the group say we're live?
Are you talking to me? Are you
Yeah,
talking to Armand?
I'm talking to you.
I thought you were talking to Armand. I thought that was his responsibility.
Armand doesn't have any responsibilities.
Yes.
Other than looking good.
Any responsibilities I have, I am derelict.
He licks deers, people.
He does. This is very true.
All right, you post that and then we'll start the show.
Post it and then I'll start the show.
I have to get up to go over there and hit the button. I don't know that I like this setup at all.
We are live. Oh, with caps lock on.
And missing an E.
And don't worry about me. We
Why don't you type like a human?
Live. I do type like a human.
Does not. Why are those lights over there? Okay, it's a little better.
What kind of keyboard? What kind of computer is
It
that?
is a QWERTY keyboard, Armand.
I mean, what kind of computer is it?
It is a
MSI.
Oh. How quaint.
It has a screen. with keys
What is that about?
for typing.
It's an MSI.
10, 15 kilobytes?
Of what?
Of
Are we good?
Kilobytes. eh?
ramage?
All right,
No,
we're good.
this has
Rampage?
16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM.
Ooh,
It is
16.
a
Can Armand?
GTX
Oh, yeah, I'm
GeForce
supposed to put that up on the screen.
1060. It has, Intel Core i7-7700K processor. 7th gen, I
That
think.
means nothing
Not
to me.
really sure.
Can Armand read the chat? He will be here in a second.
Yeah, I can't read the chat. That's
It's
the best
loading.
part.
It's loading. This is not what I meant to do. This is going to be loud.
There it is.
Okay, that's fine. You
Yeah.
guys fine with that? Yeah, he can read the
Great.
chat now.
Okay.
Can you read that, Armand?
Yeah.
What's it say?
They were slamming you on Discord. Seen my first armor. Where were they slamming me?
Who knows? Who
nothing
knows
about
what they're
Discord.
talking
Discord's
about?
not even a thing.
He said, "Did you say Discord?"
Yeah, he said Discord. We're not
I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah, we keep him off there.
Victor says hello, Armand. He would like
Hi,
you to say
Victor.
hello back to him.
I can read the chat. Hi, Victor.
But he wants
Now
to
I
He's,
do
do
it.
he's Team Ocho Man, though. You got to know that.
That's all right. Ocho Man's recovering from his surgery,
He is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
so we're gonna give him a get well
Yeah,
soon.
extra dick. Hmm.
Get well soon.
He got an extra one put on. He didn't get it lengthened.
Nah, you got it linked.
No, same amount of money.
Well, they chopped it in the
He
middle,
got
put one in me.
Oh.
2. So
He wants to do that. Remember that? We
Yeah, we
had
watched
that
the
episode.
Yeah.
Hi, Victor.
Armand is in a relationship and he cannot take part in the Discord
All right.
discussions.
Hit your thumbs up. I'm going over to hit the,
that what
hit the
Discord
theme.
is?
Discord. It's called Discord.
Is it?
No,
What the hell are you talking about?
exactly.
You have to be single to be on there?
Yes.
Mm.
I'm just kidding. Of course.
You're listening to
Whiteboard
Surreal
Chalk.
a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal.
I only need a single normal. I don't need a paranormal.
Something's not right, man. Something's not right. Something's bullshit here.
Have you been
and I
rehearsing
don't
that all
believe-
week?
Mm-hmm. I just thought of it right now, actually.
Honestly, this crazy shit could be completely possible.
Oh, really now? It could, eh?
Disclaimer:
Doubt it.
we reserve the right to be wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
And you are.
Shut your mouth.
Think you know the whole story? Think again.
Now your hosts, Eric and Everett.
And
Armand.
Armand.
Thank you. Very nice of you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Welcome to Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal. Lineupmedia.fm production, and we are back.
What is going on?
We are back this time with new faces.
No new faces. Armand's old faced.
Oh, okay. Well,
I like this angle, though.
Do you?
See
Do
the top
you?
of my head. Yeah.
what?
I thought you hated it a minute
Well,
ago.
now I do. Huh? I like it.
No, I like
I hadn't seen it. I don't like that one where it's, it's right behind me and
He's talking about if you look
see
at
my tonsure.
if you look at the YouTube channel, we put a new setup for the cameras. So yeah,
Yeah,
Armand's-
we've
I
gone
love
kind of news desk.
Yeah, I know, right.
This just in: Armand does not have a bald spot.
I hope everybody liked last week's show where we bitched like old men and Armand's.
Oh, that was so good.
I thought it was fun.
It was very therapeutic, honestly.
Very cathartic, if you will, huh?
It was. Oh yeah, it was.
What's cathartic mean?
Doesn't matter, does it?
See what Sweaty Dolphin put
Oh,
up there?
cathargic
That's-
means or
You can
lethargic.
get a shot of Armand's bald spot while he's being docked.
El Chapo says, "Who's the Jew?" Oh, that's
Docking
Armand.
is like the new thing, I guess, on this show.
Yeah, I know. It's replacing pegging.
www.letsdockwitharmand.com.
No, I'm a goy.
I'm buying this.
So he's saying he's
I'm not a Jew.
he's
I'm
visited
a
the
goy.
Moyle and he's had it chopped off.
When's Hanukkah this year? Anybody know?
I don't know.
Yeah, our Jewish friends.
I have no clue. Do we have any? Anybody
think
Jewish
I
out there that
Jewish
knows about
friends.
this?
Sure.
I mean, it's not that I have anything against Jewish people. I just don't know that I have any Jewish
I have
friends.
friends of all denominations.
Hmm.
Of course, I have more enemies. Of all
Soapworthy loved it.
Really, mate?
Luar says this angle hides the bald spot and belly. Oh,
I don't have a
Luar?
belly.
He's talking
He's
about me.
talking about
Oh.
Everett.
Oh, oh,
Son
that
of a
belly.
bitch. He's banned. That's it, Luar. You're out of here, pal.
Boy, he's taking his shots today, isn't he?
Luar gives no
he-
fucks.
That New
Zero
Jersey
fucks for
attitude.
Yeah, he gives no fucks. Luar does.
God,
Luar's the man. I don't care.
Luar will tell you to go fuck yourself and then hit on your wife in the chat.
no quarter.
He cares not.
Luar will perform your bris. Just saying.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I do it too.
Bring the anesthetic.
Oh, no. It's done like a preacher does it.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy how they do that, some of them?
Yeah, that's fucking.
Is that how they do it?
It's
Some of them,
crazy,
yeah.
or is it disgusting?
Jesus
so, like,
Christ.
let's be serious.
That's right, December 23rd. Here we go.
That's Hanukkah Day?
That's
I thought
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah was 8 days.
Well, it begins.
8 crazy nights.
What about
begins-
Kwanzaa?
That's in January, isn't it?
I thought
I
that was
don't know.
December. We are very pretty much cultural swines
Yeah.
here.
Wow.
Mostly Armand.
We don't even celebrate Christmas. You're supposed to celebrate it, January 6th?
No,
That's
The
the
day Jesus
Orthodox.
has risen.
5th.
I don't
No,
know.
it isn't. It's the day he's born. He's risen on Easter.
We dropping frames?
No, on Good Friday, right?
Yeah.
No, he's risen on
We
Easter.
dropping frames?
Are we dropping frames?
I'm
No, looks
asking.
fine. Looks fine to me.
Okay.
Anyway, what are we talking about today?
Well, we got an all over the place show that
It's like all over the place, 48, 49?
Yeah, we had a wrote down how we came up with this idea, but I cannot remember.
You're just too
all
lazy
over
to
the
do
place, or the 10-minute
research.
topics?
That's
this
why.
10-minute topics.
That was off the top of my head.
What
Yesterday,
a
kind of.
ridiculous notion.
Really? I think it was great.
You just don't want to do the research into anything.
Armand, you never
is
do
rough.
research.
You're fired, Armand.
Armand never does research.
I don't. Most of the stuff I know. Although I haven't heard of the topic number one, I have to admit.
Well, then it'd be fun to talk about. Don't you think?
I'll give my opinion.
Oh, that's what I was afraid of.
Where's laws, Team Inus? I agree. We do need
Yeah,
more laws.
where's he been?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I have no clue. Lars, where are you, pal? We miss you.
Yeah.
Well,
call us.
I guess let's hit the first
Well,
topic.
we didn't even tell them what the deal with today is.
You tell them the deal.
yes.
then.
So we're doing what's called 10-minute topics. We're going to put a timer up on the screen. If you're not on YouTube, the topic's going to kind of be lost on you if you're listening on the download or
No,
the
but we're
timer.
giving ourselves 10 minutes. Hard time stopping at
10 minutes remaining. It'd be cool if we had some sort of thing like that.
No, it wouldn't.
You don't think so?
Put the timer on your phone.
I think it'd be cool. No, we're gonna have it on the screen. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
I think
it'll come
that's
up.
antithetical to the whole.
I disagree.
Shows.
I disagree.
We have no
It's just
time
one
limits.
time on this one show. It's one
Oh.
thing.
Yeah, we're doing 10-minute topics, Armand. Didn't you read the
Well,
description?
you were against it too a minute ago.
No, I
now
wasn't.
You're for it.
I've had it all day.
What are the topics we got today, so we can tell
Tell them the
everybody? If they can
topics.
just say they're gonna fucking.
We're gonna give them
bounce
to
now.
them. We're gonna give them to them all at once.
Might as well. If you want to bounce now, that's cool.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, we got the Dulles plan. We're going to talk.
Stop it with the English people.
Yeah,
Hate that.
Dulles.
They love
Alan Dulles.
Yes, and the Great Divide.
I don't know what
The
that
Great
is.
American
Does anybody know
Dulles.
what that is?
That was
Yeah,
another
that's-
one of my namings.
Isn't that the top of the Rockies where you stand across? it?
Continental Divide.
We'll get to
Oh.
it, but it's about basically how the entire country is divided and how nobody's willing to agree to disagree and all that kind of shit.
Prehistoric Advanced Civilizations for 500, Armand.
He's transfixed by a check. Keep going.
Okay, and then the Mormons own Ancestry.com.
Well, that's the rumor. We're going
That's
to talk
the
about
rumor.
that.
Well, that hasn't been
And
substantiated.
what was it? The
Well, we'll
other
talk about
one?
that. We'll get
Ark
there.
of the Covenant.
You ever heard of that?
You know what that is,
That
Armand.
I've heard of.
Okay.
So that's it.
Every
There we go.
atheist has
It's
heard
what
of that.
Noah drove with. No, never mind.
Noah drove the ark. That was
Yeah.
It was a lowrider.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
It was Noah, eh?
you guys also forgot to say you can use an empty toilet paper or paper towel roll if you don't have the equipment to dock. Now,
Oh.
Did you know that?
Oh, like a coupler.
No, I use mine to stick dryer sheets in and blow pot smoke through whenever
well,
my.
it's like a dick coupler. Think about it.
No, it's like a fucking set of finger cuffs.
First one in the middle wins.
Chinese, yeah, isn't that
Yeah.
a Chinese finger trap?
I'll pass.
Anyway. All right, let me get the timer going here.
We learn many things on this show.
All right, so we're going to talk about first what the Dulles plan.
That is right. That is right.
And we have 10 minutes, and that's it.
We have 25. No, we have 10.
10 minutes. That's
10
10
minutes.
as
minutes.
stipulated.
And Everett's putting the timer up on there. Why you got to use TeamViewer for?
Because I don't feel like reaching all the way over there to the mouse.
Some people's fucking kids, man.
Anyway.
We ready?
You ready?
Do it.
Go.
It's not even overlaid.
Well, it will be. And snap. 10 minutes.
All right, there we go. All right, so what is it?
What is the Dulles plan?
So it's nothing really, honestly. It stems from, let's start into what it
There
is.
was
and then
no
where it comes
Dulles
from.
What is it
plan.
not?
It's been dubbed this.
So it is apparently an American plan launched by Alan Dulles of the CIA to just kind of sow a discord inside the Russian populace to make them really get westernized and to remove all their Soviet values.
Yeah, to corrupt their basic cultural
But this was never
values.
put into effect. This is just theoretical.
Nah, I mean, nobody's for sure if it was or not.
I don't think so.
Well, what do you know? You were never in the
I
CIA.
know.
You been to Russia,
I've
Armand?
heard, you ever heard of the Morgenthau plan?
No.
Yes.
That was a plan after World War II to totally dismantle Germany, take all its industrial machinery, send it to the United States and Russia, and then totally make it prairie again. totally agricultural.
That's kind of cool.
Well, they didn't put that into effect either.
That's a pretty gnarly fucking punishment.
Yeah.
Plus, they wanted to kill 50,000 officers and men.
Well,
the German Wehrmacht.
But so the Dulles Plan came from, the idea for it came from a 1971 fictional novel called The Eternal Call by...
Well, the novel existed. It wasn't fictional. Its subject matter was fictional.
Yeah, because Dulles wasn't... I don't
Fair.
think Dulles was head of...
Put the word in the wrong place.
Yeah,
Anyways, by Anatoly Ivanov, right?
Ivanov.
Ivanov, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll
well,
say it different. None of us are wrong.
But it was the plan of the villain in the novel. So...
But the general idea,
Sow discord.
Yeah, basically, they're going to poison the youth of Russia with disbelief in their purpose in life. You know what I mean? Like, love the state. That's what Russia was all about, or the Soviet Union was all about. Everything is for the state. But the plan was to get books over there and get them, like, exposed as much as they could to Western culture.
Yeah, they wanted
dancing, movies, books.
sexualize the kids. You know what I mean? So that
you think they were going to use sex, but
sex sells, Armand, of course.
I mean,
I think the a better way to undermine the Soviet style would be to, to expose them to our economic system.
Well, yeah, you can have more if you just do what we do. Instead of standing in line to get toilet paper, you just go down to the store with what you earned and buy it.
Well, wasn't that what Radio Free Europe was all about? Telling them how great it is.
I am not sure. I'm not familiar with it.
I don't know if anybody had a radio in Russia. I doubt it.
Probably somebody did.
But this guy though, he was like what, head of the CIA before it was the CIA, right? He was head.
No, he was an OSS officer.
No, it was CIA.
Well, he was always he at one point was an OSS officer.
Right, but yeah, it was CIA after World War II, and he was head of the CIA.
He facilitated the surrender of a bunch of troops in Italy, of German troops, right? So they didn't have to kill them.
That's
Saved
true.
Tons of lives.
Well, whenever
Alan Dulles did that.
Yeah. He also
he was overseas for the entirety. He was in Germany right before they closed the borders, and he helped send intel and shit back to.
Right, he was like a spy master over in Germany during World War II.
Was he in on
hated Hitler?
Operation Paperclip?
He was not involved with Paperclip.
How do you know that?
I know everything.
Okay, right on. So, but yeah, the dude was legit. Like that's what I was telling Everett. I'm like, dude, well, fuck, this guy was he was an OG. Yeah, he fucking was. He did the shit.
I don't like him, and I don't like his brother.
Who's his brother? Dulles?
John Foster Dulles, Secretary of State under Eisenhower. Both House of Morgan Bank people.
Yeah.
That whole family was in a...
What's your problem with the Morgan Bank, man?
We've gone over that. We've had that.
Do we got to go there again?
Yeah.
I'd like to.
They run the world. We hate them.
Some people's kids, man.
Big banks.
But yeah, so there are other similar plans in novels in Russian pop culture, and various books also laid out plans to discredit the media and the government. So like this was a thing for them, having the Russians used to always think that people were going to come through and like with odd fucking plans. There was always all these novels that said all this shit.
So what did bring down the end of Russia then, or the end of the Soviet Union?
Luck.
No, it was Reagan.
Yeah,
Ronald Reagan.
Hell yeah.
Of course.
What do you think?
And Thatcher
Reagan,
and Pope John Paul II.
So what do you think actually was the final straw that brought down the Soviet Union then?
Well, I think it was Reagan's. He knew that if he began to have another what they would consider an arms race, they couldn't afford it. They didn't have the economy for it, and they just spent themselves into oblivion. Basically, they just couldn't do it. And Gorbachev, to his credit, realized it.
Is it better at one point to not spend yourself into oblivion as a nation in an arms race, or just say,
well, it depends on what you're trying to do.
Well, right. Well, that's the thing. Like, what is your end goal worth destroying the nation completely?
It didn't destroy the nation. It destroyed communism, which is what it needed.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about from the Russian standpoint. Was their end goal to destroy the fucking nation? How do you get in an arms race? You can't win.
That was because the Soviet economy was based on military.
Right.
Okay. Well, they had to spend to keep up with the United States. And Reagan knew that they didn't have the economy for that, and it ruined them. They couldn't keep up.
Genius.
He was. It was brilliant. Thatcher was in on it too.
That whole war on drugs thing, though, I miss me with that. But.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing.
No,
just like this trade war with China. I'm a free trade guy, but this is brilliant. They can't hang with this. They're gonna have to give in. The Chinese will give in. They have to.
How?
How
do they have to?
They'll lower their tariffs. They'll give us free trade. That's what we want.
Think so?
This plan was also not just.
I don't know what is this. I don't even know if it's been. It wasn't. We don't know if it's been implemented. We don't know what
if we knew it was implemented, it wouldn't have been very good. How is it stupid? You don't think this could ever work, huh?
Well, I don't
We'll
know
talk
what,
about that
as
here
a
in about
subject,
5
I don't
minutes,
know what
but-
we're trying to.
right?
We're trying to show.
We're leading somewhere with this, Armand.
All
We're
right, please
definitely
go
leading
with it.
somewhere.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
There's a fucking segue in place here. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah, if you would join the production
I don't
meetings in
read
the morning
ahead.
on
No
Wednesdays,
shit.
you would know about these things.
Yeah, this is one.
You don't think that corrupting cultural values of the youth
So
and
far.
making them and like you just said yourself, their economy is based
How
on
are you
military.
going to? Yeah, but how are you going to influence their youth? They didn't have any. It's not like they had the internet. They don't have any access to their youth.
Doesn't take much to drop a little literature here and there.
Oh, you're
make
going to
sure
drop leaflets? That was Alan's brilliant plan. Come
But-
on.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because like at the end there, that's what I can't say it just yet. So we'll be running out of time. I'll have to hit it early.
Sounds like one big cluster docking to me.
So eventually they re-released that book in 1981 where they edited out the plan, but it was broken into short phrases and chopped up into a second book. So
Oh, a sequel.
And then there was another novel in 1965. There was a villain named General Dumbwright, who was an American general, who had this quote
That's his real name.
in the book,
Oh, okay, good.
where they basically is based it on Dulles. But we shall arm comedians with jokes that laugh out their present and future, which means like you got a bullshit life and a bullshit future. That's what they're going to do is make the comedians over there tell jokes about Russia and make it seem like a shitty place to live.
The Russian comedians are going to do this?
Right.
Oh, let's put them in a gulag. They can't do that.
Well, this is their plan. Okay. Poison the soul of the youth with disbelief in their purpose in life, which is kind of what Reagan did, more or less. Awaken their interest in sexual problems, which I don't get that. Why would they have an interest in sexual problems?
Well, because I mean, if you're a young teenager, you got an interest.
Our audience has an interest in my sexual problems. Do you see what they're putting up here?
Yours is like a fiction book, too.
Inflated ass numbers. I get it.
Yeah, the dull plan.
Bait them with such lures of the free world as fancy dances, pretty clothing, special records, verses, songs, and sow discord between the youth and the older generation.
Well, it's not a bad
That's
idea.
That's the key there.
At its roots, it is. But how are you going to sow all this discord in a country that big, and they have no access? We have no access to their people. It's not like China now or whatever, where you have the internet.
Why don't you read the book? Find out the whole thing. This isn't a book
It's not going to work. It's stupid.
You're stupid. It's stupid enough that in June 2015, a local court in Russia deemed that the content of the Dulles plan, in any regard, was extremist material and banned its publication or distribution in Russia.
Somebody was distributing it though. They were
Right.
putting that out. So a court in Russia
All right,
actually
so
said,
what?
"Oh, really?
So what, huh? Okay.
It was
We
extremist
banned Lady
material."
Chatterley's lover in this country. So what? That doesn't mean it's going to break the country up.
What happened in 2016?
Yeah, that would go right along with this. So in discord between.
Oh boy! Here
Come
we go.
on! All I'm saying is,
Oh yeah, the
Russia deemed the
right.
contents of the Dulles plan extremist material. and
I'd love to
banned
do
its-
that. Let's
Hey,
do that
wait a minute.
show. I
We
know what
can't
you're
let-
intimating.
We can't let our plan get out, right? So they deem the publication
Exactly.
and
I mean,
distribution of this shit.
They were like, good fucking idea. Hide the evidence and let's do this ourselves. We got an election coming up. Maybe we can hack in there and do a few things, throw up some fake fucking news.
Well, hang on.
That
So that's-
Putin boy.
You don't think that's
God.
possible at all that they took the
What a
Dulles
brilliant
plan,
general.
turned it on its head, called it the Putin plan, and did it right back to America, huh?
Sure, that's what they did.
You don't think so? Of course not. He's a Trumper. He would not think that at all. But
Yeah. Well,
from the
I'll
outside
admit to
looking in,
that.
it seems entirely fucking plausible.
Not plausible, probably likely.
Probable, right?
I mean,
out of Trump and Hillary, you want Trump. You don't want. You'd rather
That's-
have Trump
well,
than if
who
you're
even
Putin.
said
you
that
gotta be
as a
kidding.
question? We're not talking
Well,
about that
that's
at
what you're
all.
it
intimating.
always turns into this.
No, I know. That's what I don't get. It's like nobody brought Hillary into this.
You're making the perfect segue for us right
God
now.
damn, Armand, you couldn't be a better fucking
Here's
co-host
your
today.
segue. Yeah, your
Oh,
segue.
he's tearing it up.
Segue.
Oh
Yeah,
my
well,
God.
that's
I don't want to segue.
We're out of time for this first of the 10-minute
Doc
topics.
you.
Jesus.
all right. Well, that's the first subject there, the Dulles
Stupid
plan.
subject. I
Armand hates it.
Everybody, give us your comments on that subject. That was ridiculous.
Oh, it's a great one. Into the Great Divide, though. You throwing us up? You ready?
I don't know. I tore up my pages.
I guess we'll explain it live. Let's just go right into it. Then I'll start it up.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's plunge right in.
Throw 10 minutes on the clock.
Yeah.
Buzzing. So we're talking about the Great Divide now, which is, how everyone in America can't, I don't know, accept someone else's opinion about something, or
You ever been on
they
social media?
Always think
Hey,
they're
fuck
right.
you. I accept your opinion.
He said, "Fuck
Jackass.
you." No, but no, that's the thing. No one can.
Yeah, but I don't think. Okay, and what's the thesis now? The
Acceptably
Russians set this
agree
up.
to disagree.
Right.
Well,
I mean, that's part of it.
the
but-
segue was
The
Russia,
apple of discord by the Russians.
is Russia carrying out its own version of the Dulles plan against the U.S. with the election meddling?
Fake
and all
news is a
that?
perfect fucking
Nonsense.
instance of this. People throwing out and believing anything they read is a perfect example.
I think it's the, and I think we've had a story. If we haven't had a show on this, we should. It's the dumbing down of the American
We have.
youth.
Yeah.
They don't teach logic anymore.
No.
How do you debate with somebody? Because all they know is emotion. They don't know anything about logic.
Perfect. I put
That's
that
the
exact
problem.
fucking line
can't blame
here.
that on the Russians.
That's
Or is that
like
part
my-
of the Dulles
That's
plan?
like my well, think about this. The Dulles plan would have worked a lot better in a technologically proficient society, wouldn't it have? Like a society of America like we are now with computers in every
Maybe,
pocket.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that thing's probably that's a
Right.
And so you're saying it's completely improbable that part of what's going on in America or discord or damn near, I'm not going to say civil war, but definitely like class war going on, political back and forth.
religious, gender.
I don't think the
People are-
Russians have anything to do with it. I think this was beginning a long time ago. I
Regardless
don't think the
of
Russians
the
are that smart.
Russians, it doesn't matter. Big bad guy number 2.
I think they love it,
There
but
should
I
be
don't think they. I don't.
The plan, though, the plan would work fucking perfectly in today's
but
society.
what is their plan? Then what is their goal? Okay, they've sown discord. What do they want? Civil war? What do they want? How does that help the Russians?
And that's a good question.
I
But
don't-
not that smart.
Right. I don't think it helps them that much. The Chinese, I think, would help. Our enemy is the Chinese. It's not the Russians. Believe me. Russia's economy is zero. I mean, it's terrible. The Chinese, that's what we
Well,
have
they
to
got
worry
a hard
about.
on against us
Armand's
pretty
the
much.
racist. You should hear what he says about
Then why,
the Chinese.
Then what?
They're our
so
enemies. I
you
didn't say
don't.
they're bad. They're brilliant people.
It's
they're,
been proven.
They're really. They're going to
It's
be.
been a proven fact that Russia had something to do with the election, and they had helped Donald Trump get in office.
Oh, come on.
It's been proven.
Who proved it?
Everybody.
Not to me.
The money that
Let's
they
do a
dumped
show
into
on
social
it.
media.
I've
for
got
the
plenty of
Facebook ads
evidence.
alone.
Good.
$400,000. How much is that in a Facebook ad?
A fucking
lot.
That's what they-
bunch.
It's enough to get
You know how
all
much
of
Hillary
Facebook.
spent? How much do you think she spent? $1 billion.
40 billion?
$1 billion
$1 billion.
on not just Facebook, on all her,
I'd like to see her proof of that.
social media.
Throwing it
Sure.
around here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to do a live Google on that.
$400,000.
$1 billion, huh? Is
That's
what-
what. Ask what Hillary spent on her campaign.
I am asking thy Google
Google
right
it.
now. What do you think? Any early estimates?
How about
on
this?
that?
Would you agree that people anymore are less likely to live and let live or agree to disagree?
Sure, we do. I disagree with almost anything you guys say, but I agree. Okay, fine.
Okay,
but I don't think you
we're
guys have any
friendly enough.
facts to back it up.
We're friendly enough, we know each other and whatnot. But what I'm talking about is in a social media setting, people
no,
will
I,
not.
I don't. That's why
no one will
I don't
ever
get in
agree to
fights on.
disagree.
Right. I don't.
That's because
That's
no
why I
one,
don't get on Facebook. Right.
she spent one
Oh, 1.2
God,
billion.
Goddamn. Okay. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Why?
For a job that pays $400,000 a year.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it pays a hell of a lot more than that if you've got Clinton money.
Jesus. I thought you were fucking around about that. 1.2 billion fucking dollars.
Well, he was wrong.
That's
Yeah,
right. I'm sorry.
Right,
I was
you
wrong.
said 1
yeah.
billion.
Yep. 1.2. I'm sorry.
Can't count Armand for nothing.
All right.
God, that was rough though, man.
Trump
1.2
could tell
billion
him
bucks.
that his whole presidency was a hoax for a reality TV show, and Armand would say that the left got to Trump and he was still the best president ever.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. I don't know if I agree with that. No, I don't think I would.
If he came on and said that this was all bullshit.
I don't think, first of all, I
he'd-
don't think Trump's as good a president as Reagan. So I don't
Well,
agree
there
with
you
that
go. I
statement
agree with you
anyway.
there. Finally, we agree
And
on
I
something.
think Grover Cleveland was an excellent president. I
He
think
was-
Trump's probably third. But I don't
That's
know.
'cause
He's
that
got
was
4
his
more years.
president.
Third
when he
best
was
president of
born.
all time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What the
I'm
fuck are
speechless.
you
He's
talking about?
the
What
economy-
in the fuck are you talking about?
Well, you see, well, there you go. You don't agree with me, but I can give you all kinds of facts to
Well, then
back it
hit
up.
me with them.
How about Dow 29,000? What do you?
Okay.
Unemployment rate at 3.5%.
Has nothing to do with him. I mean,
hang
he was
on,
going
listen,
up anyway.
listen. hang on.
All right, then how do
From-
we agree?
from
Then you
your
guys
adju-
don't acknowledge
listen.
anything.
Listen, Armand, from your average American standpoint, what in the absolute fucking
First of
hell
all-
has he done for me?
First of all, you're not
You're
an average American.
Why am I not an average American?
Because you're below average.
There you
Okay?
go.
So,
okay,
yeah.
so there's more of them than any other fucking class in the whole fucking,
We are the 99%, as they say.
Exactly. So what has he done? What good has he done, taxes wise, whatever, for
You're
the
saving
average
$1,200
man?
this year. You don't know that.
Hey, are we
On
on
the insurance thing?
like
That's
we're
the
in the
one
middle.
thing
Not
I
only-
can agree with that
You're
Trump
also
did.
saving on your income tax.
I don't have to
I know
fucking
I am.
pay for insurance. You know what I mean? Whereas before with Obamacare, you have to have fucking
that saved me
insurance.
$1,100 right there.
That is where he saved me money.
Okay.
Other than that,
It's
though,
saving me a couple grand on my taxes too, like $1,600. I figured it out.
you figured it out.
Yeah.
I'd like to
It's
see your scratch
lower.
pad.
Yeah. Did you use TurboTax?
Sure, I'll show you what I paid last year. I'm not going to pay that much this year.
Did you use TurboTax?
No,
But
I
last
did it
year you were
myself.
under Trump and as well as the year before.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but the new law just came into effect this year.
It took him that long, huh?
Well, of course, he's fighting the Democrats.
How come, though, the wall didn't get built in the
This
first
is like
2
the
years?
group. We've gone way political.
How come the wall
Yeah,
didn't
is
get
this,
built?
is this what the second subject
Yeah,
is?
pretty much.
Kind of. It's just
We're
illustrating the fact
divided
that-
as
All right,
fuck.
you want to know why the wall didn't get built?
In the first 2 years,
Because-
when he
Because it was a
controlled
dumb
everything.
idea.
Because the Republicans weren't on his side.
Because it was dumb as shit.
Right. Well, we disagree on
They
that
weren't
too.
on his side.
You really think the wall is a great idea to spend money
Excellent
on?
idea.
What do you think? What benefits are we getting out of this besides
All right,
holding people back
how
who are
much
getting
would
in
it,
anyway?
how much do you think it costs illegal immigration in this country a year?
I don't know.
You got to guess?
Probably a fraction of what we spend on needless military exercises and whatnot.
A fraction. No, it isn't.
Here, I got to really. If you hate hearing us voice our political opinions right here.
Yeah, why are we talking about politics? This isn't
this
what we're
is kind
supposed
of
to be
like
talking about.
hang on. If you hate that we're just voicing what we believe politically all up in you guys' face, now you get it. Go
Well,
on.
I'm just trying to bandy some terms with you guys, and you're not going to believe anything I say anyway. So what's up?
Really?
But just to say that the wall is a stupid idea that's not what I consider a
How's
logical argument.
How's a 20-foot wall?
You don't think it's gonna stop-
Going to keep immigration out?
First of all, it's
And what
30
they-
feet, and you don't
30
think it's going
feet.
to keep anybody out?
They
you don't
got
think it's gonna keep
fucking
anybody.
planes, Armand. There's so many different ways you can
Oh,
get
they're
in
coming
this.
over in planes. Okay, is that what the
Hey, hold
typical?
on. Don't let me.
Do you
in on
not
them.
think that they couldn't?
No, I'm
I mean, I'm just saying.
No,
do
I
you not-
don't.
You know, no.
you
There's
think- you think
there's no
typical-
uncharted planes that
You think
people
the
just have
typical El
planes.
Salvadoran is going to come over here on a plane?
You think the typical American got fucking all kinds of help from Trump? So I mean, I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying Trump's a great president. That's all I'm saying.
He ain't a
Yeah.
great president for me.
Okay, well,
George Bush gave me $600.
George Bush. Okay, yeah.
Well,
you like George Bush?
George Bush gave me
George
$600, bud.
George Bush was
Let
a
me
terrible
ask you this from
president.
the outside looking in. To lower
And so was Barack Obama, by the way.
to lower income people. Would you say that Trump's?
It's helped them. Yes, they're
No,
getting
that's not-
jobs.
That's not what I'm asking.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, do you think it's emboldened them to show some of the worst aspects of themselves? Where he's running around talking about grabbing people by the pussy, and now you got people on Facebook going, "I ought to be able to grab people by the pussy and whatnot." Like the bad shit he says, but they eat it up, and it's obviously morally just fucking horrible.
Who the lower income people are eating up what Trump says, and they're going out and grabbing pussy.
I'm not saying
Is that
literally
what your logical
I'm
argument
not
is?
saying literally grabbing pussy.
Uh huh. What,
It emboldens them.
What are you saying?
The whole go back to where you came from fucking
He didn't say that.
attitude. That's not my point. It's those people that they look to Trump and say, since he says this crazy shit, it's fine.
What crazy shit? The grabbing pussy. One
That's pretty
sentence
crazy.
that he said before he even ran for president.
Well,
That he didn't even know he was being mic'd.
yes.
Does that matter though? That
Yes,
just speaks
no,
to
it
his
doesn't
character.
matter. No, it doesn't.
You don't think
Doesn't
that,
speak to his character.
Is that what?
There's
I
tons
thought
of shit out there that
character
could
didn't
speak
matter.
to my character.
I'm quoting Bill Clinton. Character doesn't matter.
character
Remember?
totally matters. He shouldn't
Oh,
have did
it
the shit he
does.
did. Clinton should not have did
really?
it.
Oh.
He should have been in
Was
trouble.
he a
for
good
the shit
president? I think he was a reasonably good
did.
president.
He was okay.
Okay.
I honestly.
You could be the best president in the world.
Okay. Was Patton
let
a
me
great,
ask you
was
this:
Patton a good
do you
general?
think the 99% of the population actually knows what makes a good president? Do you think they actually do the research to
Well,
find out what kind of
if you
economic?
guys are any example, no, I don't think anybody knows
Exactly.
what a good president is.
Exactly. We are your average asshole. You know what I mean? We are your average dumbass that's on social media. Except for the most part, we don't drink the Kool-Aid and let our worst sides fly.
If we were in a recession, you wouldn't know. He'd still be just as good because it has nothing to do with him.
No,
You wouldn't
plenty
blame
of-
him. You wouldn't
Armand
blame
didn't
him.
help me. Armand, Trump did not help me.
I don't want to help you. Of course, I'm not helping you.
No, you will
not
help
worthy
me.
of my
Armand,
help.
we're gonna be best fucking friends.
Don't ask me for help. No, I mean,
Armand, I need
this
help.
is not a logical. This is not a debate.
What are you talking about?
Because I just told you why he's a great president, and you
But this is not
totally
really-
poo-pooed everything I said because it doesn't
Well,
have anything to do
had
with
I
the
get-
economy. Has
listen,
nothing to do with
listen,
him.
listen,
that was your
listen,
answer.
we got 30
listen,
seconds here.
listen.
I got to finish this
No,
out.
we don't. Hang on.
Oh, no.
If you want to have that debate, we can. We'll do it next week on the air. Why he's a shit fucking whole person and president.
Sure.
26
Okay.
seconds.
I have
Absolutely.
no time to prepare
I'd love to-
correctly right now.
really? Well,
Yeah.
like I did.
Well, yeah, but that's what you eat that shit up. You're preparing
'cause I-
every day,
right.
all day.
I
I
drink
need Trump
Kool-Aid.
facts. I need fucking Trump facts. What do we got here?
Hold on,
Shut
man.
these
We're out
fuckers
of
down.
time here. We got 14 seconds.
Fuck the time limit. This one goes long.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Don't get mad.
10 seconds.
Take
The point
it
we
easy.
wanted to make here is it should be us versus them, not us versus each other.
It's
It
yeah,
sh- it
but
should
you're
be-
asking. You're acting like it never has been us against each
it.
other.
We're out of time.
This is nothing new.
Oh.
Thanks for the support, boys.
Can't say anything else on it. That was fun. 10-minute topic.
Thank you, Troy. All emotions, correct.
Which is exactly what my final point would have been, which was those who would seek, we need to be us versus them, the people who would seek to pull the wool over our eyes and use our emotions to keep us from realizing this is working against the agenda of them.
But you're getting so emotional. Why don't you just take a deep breath?
The time has expired.
You're right. Can't talk about it.
Time has
Sorry,
expired,
Armand.
Gentlemen.
Okay.
Stick to the rules. Fuck.
Well, whenever you guys filibuster, I had no chance for my opinion to come through there.
Filibuster. That wasn't a filibuster. That
We
was
were
a
filibustering.
More or less.
That was a screed.
All right, so but yeah, we're divided as fuck. Anyway, prehistoric advanced civilizations is the next one. You hate me? It's okay, Armand. You'll have to step in line because there's a whole fucking bunch of people that hate me.
I don't like your tattoo.
Well, you know what? I was, I don't remember how old I was, 19 maybe when I got that, and that was what it was. That was in.
It's like something by M.C. Escher.
No, it was tribal, and that's
Isn't that the guy?
That was
right.
The
Am I
thing.
got the right guy? The guy with the fountains that going uphill. Right? You heard of him?
No.
Everett, you know what I'm talking about.
Sorry, I was working on production here. What's going on?
M.C. Escher.
Yeah.
Those painted. You never seen those
Here.
interesting drawings? Show them the drawing where it looks like water's going uphill.
You're telling me show drawing? I don't even know what the fuck you're talking
Show
about.
It's
you.
the fucking like they're like impossible, like a
Right.
like a Mobius strip in a fucking
kinda.
Like
in
that
a landscape.
spot that where it looks uphill, but a rock
Like
actually
water's
uphill.
going uphill.
Exactly. Impossible fucking drawings. Look at this drawing here. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Yes. What is this topic?
Prehistoric advanced.
Prehistoric advanced civilization.
Set the timer.
Okay.
What is this topic?
All right. Like I assume we're talking about Atlantis, things like that.
Yeah, but even more. Even
more
before that. Like
before that.
So Atlantis existed in a time period, theoretically, if it did exist, that is within recorded history. It is within the ability, if we could find it, to actually get artifacts from it.
Right.
We were thinking more along the lines of civilizations that existed pre-recorded history, or at least recorded history, or it's hard to explain. Eric, help me out here.
What were you saying? I was working on production.
No, you were in chat.
Oh.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Different.
So prehistoric advanced civilizations, or anything that we don't know about that could. Do you think that there's a possibility that there could have been an advanced civilization such as us?
My question is though, you're intimating that we won't be able to find artifacts of these. We just have to believe it, or
More
are they
than likely.
buried under whatever?
We have
over time, buried under the geology of the planet.
We theoretically could find them.
Yeah,
theoretically.
they
That's
could
not
be
a question
there.
I'm asking. You're
Yeah,
saying
so
that
do you
these
think-
have no proof whatsoever. and
For the
never
most
will.
part, they are so old or so limited in scope that that we have not found them yet.
I think it's bullshit.
You don't think it's possible that?
Well, I think it's possible, but I don't think it happened.
How long did it take for humans to evolve into a industrial society? 30, 40,000 years from once we became modern humans?
No,
Not that long. 10,000 maybe. Could start agriculture. What, 10, 15,000 years ago?
Fair enough. So it didn't take that long.
But it's exponential. That takes forever. But once it gets going,
But there's been 400 million plus years of complex life on this planet, right?
400 million. Okay, that sounds about right.
Right.
Okay.
What? And there was 60, 70, 80 million years of dinosaurs. Who's to say that like a saurian type of populace couldn't have evolved to a point?
Well, all we can go by is what we found. It doesn't sound like they have the brain or the capacity, the intellectual capacity for that.
Fair, but
But wouldn't you say that the main thing that separates us besides our brains is the opposable thumb?
true.
Okay.
So just because
no organism had that
So
before us.
Do you not think that there's any?
What if their lineage died with them? Like say,
give me your thesis then. Okay.
say a dinosaur species evolved to the point where they were bipedal, humanoid-ish,
Reptiles,
and actually
reptilians,
Like Trump.
exactly reptilians like
whatever.
lizards like the queen. So let's go there.
Exactly.
Like Jim Morrison. Okay. Oh, he's a lizard king. Okay.
And any which way, they had gotten to the point where they evolved up language and evolved up eventually technology, and it could have been as advanced as us.
Sounds ridiculous to me.
I mean, it's as
I'd
ridiculous.
say the
as,
odds are, it's absurdly hypothetical. No.
exactly as, but you don't think it's even slightly possible that could have happened. You're saying Zero.
Slightly? What do you mean slightly? One in, I don't know.
That's what we talk about.
One in
here.
a
So
Google?
One in
Yeah.
a Google. That's what we talk about on the show.
Fine. I'll give you that.
Thank
Sure.
you. Finally, we win one. We win one with Armand.
Well, I thought you were asking my opinion, and so I guess it is. I agree with you now, so I'm intelligent.
Now you're intelligent.
Okay,
Exactly.
Thank you. All right.
Well,
Vote for
this will be the
Trump.
last show you guys see Armand on this motherfucker. I'll tell you that. What
No,
about
we got to have our fight.
No,
We got to have our Trump show.
no, that's canceled. That's not even necessary.
That'd be a great show. I think
It's not
everybody
even
loves
a
that.
good show. Why do we
That would
have a
be-
political debate? I don't want to have a political debate.
Why not? We just did.
I just reamed the shit out of our group the other day for political debate.
That was the whole
But
point.
have a debate. Don't get personal. That's all. We didn't get
That's
personal.
exactly what you
It's
said
impossible.
too. That's exactly what you said too.
Is it all right? Is that possible? Is it possible?
At this point in our society, it seems
Why?
we're on the topic before.
Well, that's what we're wondering. Like,
Why
why
is it-
can't anyone just
I'm not
agree to
getting mad.
disagree
I'm-
anymore? You know what I mean? What?
Yeah, I know. I
hey,
can.
Guys,
I
our 10
can.
minutes expired on that topic. Talking
But
about
this is a
one.
stupid topic, so this is it.
That's not really. What about like the crust turnover? You know, because there's new crust. New
The crust doesn't
made of
turn
it.
over.
Oh, it does, just like this, Armand. No, I'm saying, you know.
What about crust subduction and plate
Subduction.
tectonics?
Yes. There is
They
such
could have
thing as
possibly buried evidence of a lost civilization.
When I say turnover, I mean because it's just fucking
I'm not
renewing.
saying. I just gave you. It's
Asshole.
not impossible, but it's more likely that aliens came here and then they left. Okay, maybe that's more.
Maybe
to
they
me,
escaped with aliens. Maybe they came spacefaring themselves and
Right.
took off.
Well, okay. That to me is more
Maybe-
plausible than dinosaurs who were brilliant.
Maybe they went, and this
That
is
was an example.
getting
I
flipped
believe.
under
I
the
believe
mantle.
by Everett.
This is kind of more quote unquote crazy talk, but it fits in with modern conspiracy theories that maybe these they went underground as the lizard people, so to speak, to live in the hollow Earth.
Reptilians.
Yeah,
Whose theory is this?
you never heard of the hollow Earth
David
theory?
Icke.
Oh, that. Yeah.
No, General Byrd, wasn't it?
Well, no.
Yeah, Ike too. Yeah.
He's the one that talks about the reptilians. Is like.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty
I'll
popular.
read up on it. I don't know.
Yeah, read up on it.
This guy's a scientist or just a fiction writer?
Yeah, there you
He,
go. Probably more to
Or is
that
this,
right
what'd
there.
you call him? The Reverend Ike? Who?
David Icke.
Oh, David.
the Reverend, yes, David.
The good
Reverend
Reverend
Ike.
David Icke. He likes to speak on reptilians, sir.
Hey,
Armand, I wish you
so
had-
I'll put my mouthpiece. I got my headgear. We got a mat right here. We can wrestle for it.
Which is kind of gay.
What's going on?
Okay, all right. Well, let's dock for it.
Oh God.
Docking.
His thoughts though is they don't come from another. They come from like another dimension though, don't they?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That to me is more plausible than dinosaurs that got buried and
Evolved.
yeah.
Who's to say another mammalian species couldn't have gotten smart enough? You know, even
I am. I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Armand,
Well,
you
how
don't
many
get to make
millions?
those
You
sorts of
yourself said
choices.
how many millions of years of evolution did it take? You think this happened and then they just totally disappeared?
it's possible.
Well, I mean,
Well, it's
the Earth is
possible,
what,
but-
4.5 billion years old, correct?
I'm not saying
I mean,
it
it
did.
could have happened.
I'm
Yeah,
just
but
I'm
we
entertaining.
didn't have oxygen
Right,
for-
so I said that the first billion's probably like obsolete,
yeah. I think
right?
I'd take the
So still.
yeah, take a couple billion right off the
You
top.
got 2.5 billion. What did we say? 400 million? That's all it took?
Yeah, but then you still had what?
Hey, we got
what,
time.
You got single cells,
We
and
got
then you,
time.
then you got the primordial sludge and all that shit. I mean, come on.
Could have happened twice.
No, Loire, docking is not part of wrestling. That's not a legal move. I
Jesus
can't believe you guys are
Christ.
even entertaining this ridiculous notion.
What, docking?
No.
Prehistoric advanced
Yeah,
civilization.
that, and you would entertain that.
You don't- you
no, I'm
don't-
talking about this.
What about Atlantis? I mean, do you entertain that as a
That's-
possibility?
Okay, maybe. You know, it was on an island
So
or whatever,
there's
and an earthquake or whatever. And it
So the part that bothers you
tumbled into
then
the sea. Yeah,
is the thought that there was anything that's non-human,
because Plato
a
talks about
non-human
Atlantis.
pre-advanced civilization.
Yeah, that I think.
So it was a humanoid advanced civilization. You could get behind that.
Well, what if it was?
Now, how advanced though? Not like you have to define your advanced.
Well, I mean,
We're not
I don't
talking
think it's
Romans.
advanced as
We're not
we
talking
are.
Greek. You know what I mean? Or
Well,
Egyptians. We're
okay.
talking fairly technological.
like
Maybe up
like
to electricity or even
16th
more,
century kind of thing, or what?
or
Maybe you're
more
advanced.
technology proficient than we are now, with more of an understanding.
No.
I think-
I don't think so.
No.
What if
I
they
think
were
there would
very
be, I think there
localized?
would be remnants somewhere.
Where does your
Well, same with Atlantis. You think if Atlantis was real, there'd be remnants somewhere. We just haven't found it if it's real.
Yeah, but I don't think Atlantis was as advanced as we are either.
I'm not saying Atlantis specifically, or
Whereas you're saying
Lemuria,
as
or
advanced
Mu.
as we are, there'd be like, there'd be the carbon in the air,
hang
etc.,
on.
like our,
So where do
like
your
our
guys'
pollution.
Where are your guys' plausibilities with this stop? Is it Stone Age people? Is it we get up here to like the Dark Ages? Is it 1800s?
Well, that's what I'm asking him.
No, that's what I'm asking you. Where does your plausibilities for both you guys stop? It's plausible all the way up until what
I don't
point?
think there's even what we would consider a civilization. But if you're going to call it advanced, it may be that there has some sort of.
What about a
something-
civilization that maybe discovered technology like the wheel 10,000 years
Yeah,
before we had it?
maybe. Okay, maybe. Yeah, and they
And
may
that
have
just
died
got
out.
lost?
Yeah. Okay.
That's fair.
All right, but
I'm
that's
not,
not, to me
I'm not trying
advanced.
to convince you that this happened. We're trying to work over the possibilities of what could be here.
Okay, and this
I'm
is-
not saying I believe it.
Okay, and let me give you another, and this
Please
segues
do.
well into. I was having a discussion with Chris the other day, and this is one of the problems with not being able to
Chris
have
Brown?
a discussion. Yeah.
How do you even talk to him and being a woman beater and all?
What are you talking to me?
Never.
or
mind.
him?
He didn't
Chris
get
Brown,
any call.
Rihanna, you know-
Hey, easy, Hoss.
Anyway, we were talking. He said something. You have to define your terms.
Mm-hmm.
That's another reason we have this. We don't have any meaningful discussion anymore. Because,
Go on.
So what did I ask you? When you say an advanced civilization, you're gonna have to define advanced to me.
Advanced could mean anything other than
Then
more than
there's no argument.
More
'cause it
than a
means
dumb
anything.
animal. Something with consciousness, and that it started working on technology that is not something we know about.
Okay, well, I don't think most people consider that
That's the
advanced.
low level. That's the lowest level of advanced. Maybe having cities. You know what I mean? Got to the point where they had.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you think it's possible
Maybe
that
that.
another species
No,
other than
see,
humans had
maybe
any
I
kind of
mistook
city?
what you were. Maybe I mistook what you were asking. An advanced civilization to me is somebody that's more advanced than we are that totally disappeared. And
Sorry,
I think
you have your
that's
assumptions of the question.
well. That's why I'm asking you to define what advanced means.
Advanced compared to
It can mean a lot of
Right.
things. It can mean a lot
Well,
of
don't
things.
make it a lot of things. Define it.
All
You
right.
see what I'm saying? How can you have like the wall? You say, well, yeah, a 2-foot wall. That's stupid. A 30-foot wall. That makes sense.
They said in the chat that a guy got over it with a fucking rope ladder the
One
other
guy.
day.
So what?
Just saying, man.
I didn't say it was perfect. I'm just saying if it decreases by
They said
half,
one
by
guy
half.
built a catapult and shot himself
Oh,
over.
yeah, right. I thought they were coming over on airplanes.
One guy used to
sure they're not
cannon.
Was he
missiles?
not in the air?
Actually, a whole family shot themselves out of a cannon and landed fine in a backyard pool somewhere in El Paso.
Okay. I'll buy that. It was obviously an advanced civilization that disappeared and came back and climbed the wall.
And they climbed the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've come full circle now,
Yes.
folks. The
See, now
shark
I'm
has been
segueing.
jumped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
this whole 10-minute topic thing's might not have been the best idea. ever.
Well, no, it's just. It's
I think it's Mr. Anti.
It's Armand. Yes, 100%.
No, it's not my anti.
You're
it's
ruining
my
our show
pro-Trump.
today,
That's
sir.
what it is.
You are ruining our show today.
He got really triggered with the shitting on Trump.
He did.
I'm
He got that's what he got triggered.
Glorious leader cannot be shitted on.
No,
He
no,
was
because I
triggered.
know you guys will never change your mind, but you're going to have to
Because
get
we're
used to
American.
him 5 more
don't have
years.
to.
I'll be willing to bet any money.
He
you guys
doesn't
want to
bother
bet.
me because he's not helping me. So like, what do I have to? It's fucking doesn't
To me,
matter.
it's a soap
Is that his
opera, but-
job?
Yeah,
The president's job is to help you.
yeah.
Okay. And Obama,
Personally.
Obama helped you.
No, I didn't like him either. You don't get
Well, then
that
why
I'm
do you
not a
care?
Democrat or a fucking Republican.
I'm not either. Neither is Trump.
All right,
really.
time's up. Enough of
and we
prehistoric
still spent
civilization.
we still spent the last
we had
40
a little-
We should
seconds
have
of
put that
prehistoric.
topic on the very end today.
Yeah, but the dinosaur thing was, that was ridiculous on the face of it.
Look, advanced prehistoric civilizations is a really good conspiracy to talk about, Armand, and it's just suppressed history is what it is.
Well, I don't know.
Like
What
someone
does the
could-
gang
Talking to
think?
Eric
What's
today,
everybody saying?
If we went on every topic we ever talk about and right off the bat went to the complete logical endpoint where it's completely a farcical nonsense, there'd be no point in doing a show.
Yeah, but that's
We are trying to work through the possibilities, even minute.
Yeah, but don't I always ask you what are the probabilities? Usually up against global warming is our kind of our standard there.
Well.
But don't I always ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think the possibilities of this? Remember, we've done shows on that.
Sure.
I'd say the possibilities of that are 0.0001 or less on a scale of 1 to 10.
I would agree with you. It's very, very slim.
All right. Okay.
Especially
I'm not
the
saying it's impossible.
I'd say even less for dinosaurs. That dinosaurs.
Yeah, that I think is ridiculous. I'd say
but it's
like
possible. You got to admit.
No, you say with somebody from another dimension. Okay.
I'd say it's less likely that someone from another dimension came and settled on Earth and the dinosaurs evolved into some semblance of an intelligent species. First of all, we have no
that again.
knowledge, or real knowledge that other dimensions of existence exist.
Right.
So
Well, some people deny that dinosaurs exist.
well, yeah, that's true.
They
But
do.
But we can prove right
I
now that
know.
dinosaurs did exist, and we cannot prove that other extra dimensions of existence exist. Fair?
Logically.
Yeah.
So then it's more likely that dinosaurs evolved into an intelligent species.
Hey,
I don't know about
got
that.
him. Hey,
I don't know about that. I'll have to
hey.
think about it. Let me think that one over. I'm not denying it, but I'd like to think it over.
Please don't. Anyway.
All right. Make America great again, you prick.
Yeah, thank you.
Mulder.
I was going to do that anyway.
Okay. Well, we're on the same
Right,
team.
I already had plans on
All right,
doing
now,
that.
You make me president. I am the most reluctant person who wants to be in power, but I'll make this a
You
fucking
don't
good
care about
country.
anything. You want to
put
be
me-
president.
I care about any job I've set to do.
These men are nihilists.
You make it
Tom.
my job, and I will do better than anyone.
But that's one thing I like about you. Only one. You are totally apolitical.
Yeah, that's true.
That's great. I don't know what you are.
Nothing.
I'll go along with that.
Oh, is that
Survey?
right?
Yes, that's true.
Agreed.
Nothing.
Agreed.
What was our fourth topic?
We're still friends, though, right? Where's that? Nobody's mad, right? Are we still friends?
Yes.
I don't care. I like
no,
you guys.
we're totally still
Wait,
friends.
who's
Right.
mad?
Well, I'm just saying that's.
Oh,
but
God,
isn't that
no.
The
your
Great
whole-
American Divide,
isn't that
the
your
point of
whole
that
thesis?
was on the anonymity.
Well, then I disagree. We're still buddies. Who
Right.
cares?
Well, we work together every day, but what we're saying is that
That'd
the
be-
majority of the
that
people,
would breed even more contempt, wouldn't it?
Not really.
I know. I love everybody in this office. I know I disagree with everybody, virtually everybody politically. No problem.
For
I don't
whatever-
care.
Right. For
I
whatever
like
reason.
all you guys.
Somehow you're the right one, but whatever.
If I
I
have
say I'm
to,
right. I just have my
just fucking with
opinion.
if I have to deal with someone, I can overlook boneheadedness more than if I
But
don't
the
have
point,
to deal
the
with
point
them.
wasn't in-person relationships on
Sure,
that.
you think about that? You sure?
It was
think so.
the bulk of America hating the people that disagree with
But I'm saying that's not new. There's been rancor and acrimony
it's
for
not
hundreds
new.
of years in this country.
You're right. But the point is, now that we have a way to communicate near instantly with a large populace,
That does make it worse.
That's
I
my
can,
point.
I can remember a
Absolutely.
time during
Yes,
that.
I agree.
During that era where we weren't all divided as one. It was right after 9/11 where everybody
That
as a
didn't last
country.
long, though.
or
what
the-
I'm saying
against the
is
Russians
there's a-
back in the 60s or whatever.
Well, in World War
Criminal
II
record.
also. But
the
do we have to go to
space
war
race.
to be on the same side?
Basically,
That's
yeah,
too
we
bad.
fucking do. That does
Well,
suck, but that's
yeah, that's
exactly the case
terrible.
today. You know what I mean? Yeah, we have to be at fucking war. We have to literally be.
No, even that these days,
to
people
come
don't
together.
agree. Get us out of Afghanistan. We got no business in Iraq.
I agree with that.
Whether I agree with it or not, but that you'll have people. We should be there. We got to liberate those people. We got no business in those countries. Man, I'm making those people on that side sound stupid. That is not my point. My point is there's two different opinions.
Sure.
Whether we should be there or not.
Yeah.
And war no longer is the unifier that it used to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it used to be, fuck, we're going to win Vietnam.
Yeah, but if we got
Everybody-
attacked,
no, even Vietnam. had
if we
people
got
that said-
attacked again, we probably would be unified
100%.
for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Not long.
Well,
but
yeah,
a
after
while.
the Japanese attacked us, or the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor, or whatever
Right.
it was.
No, it's the Italians.
He said, what did he say in Animal House? He said, what about something when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? And
Did we give up on this?
How many times have you heard the Ocho Man show and you still don't know that quote?
I can't
plays it
He
remember it,
ends
man.
it every time.
Does he?
What-
Fat
Yeah,
drunk
that's
and
I don't
stupid.
know.
There's no way
Yeah,
to
you-
go through life. So.
0.0.
0.0. Anyway,
All right.
fourth
What's
topic.
the next
Let's get-
topic? I dock
So,
you too, Loire.
Eric, give us the
good
beginning
guy.
of this. We had a guy message us on Twitter.
Don't say name. No name.
I'm not saying his name. We had a guy
He's,
named.
he's really worried about this.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, don't
so-
say his name. All
Don't
right.
say
You
his
had a
name.
lot of conversation with him. You spent a lot of time. Give us the background. Actually, I'm going to start the topic, and you can. I'll start the timer. And you can
Yeah,
go
you
into
go
it.
ahead. What do you say?
He said that
No, you don't say goddamn word.
he talked about docking, and he was like, "What's that?" And I let him know what it was, and it's like, well, that's interesting. But what do you know about Ancestry.com? And I said, well, not a lot.
Not a goddamn thing, really. What do
Yeah,
I care
everything
about
to do
with
Ancestry.com?
docking?
It says a family tree, right? It's your family tree. No, it has a lot to do with docking. So this is your family tree, right?
I would
and I'm
say
like,
this.
yeah, I guess so. Well, so Ancestry.com has the largest genealogical database in the world. Said to have over 10 billion.
My research, that's actually wrong.
Really?
Mormons actually have a larger database.
Well, right. So that's what. So you kind of
I kinda
fucking
skipped ahead, didn't
yeah,
I?
you're
Yeah.
kind of cutting my fucking dick off here, man. Thank you.
Sorry about that. You didn't.
So the thing
fucking
was
green and
is
not
that
I
it
know
was
he's mad. He's not using his English accent.
well. Anyway, the theory is that the Mormons owned Ancestry.com. They owned Ancestry.com. So the Mormons have access to
This
the
is what
data.
you're-
Wait a minute.
this is what your guy on
Has this been
Twitter's told you.
substantiated or
Well,
not?
they kept-
Yeah,
Nate,
we went through the entire story here. We know that.
So the Mormons own Ancestry.com, therefore making the Mormons own the largest genealogical database in history.
this
So that
is
got me
what
thinking. So what's the
Mr.
big deal?
Anon Us was telling us on Twitter.
Something like, what's the big deal
that
if
his
they
name?
if they
Yes.
do though? What's the big deal if they do
Light
own?
Pete says it is not owned by Mormons.
We know that. Thank you, guys.
Well,
I appreciate
Light
it.
Peach
We
is pretty
were
bright.
getting there.
Spoiler alert.
Well, I think this whole thing falls apart if it's your predicate is incorrect. Do they own it or
Did
don't
you not
they
hear
own
Everett
it?
earlier when he said that if we just went straight to the logical answer, it wouldn't make for a fucking good show at all, Armand?
Yeah, narrative, Armand. Narrative.
Jesus Christ!
As a scriptwriter, you should know about building a narrative.
Right?
Yeah, but-
motherfuck. So, what would be the benefit in owning the largest geological or
Well,
the
apparently they
genealogical
don't. So
No, they
it's
don't.
a moot
But if
question.
they fucking did, what would be the benefit in owning?
Suspend what
I
you
don't
might
know.
think.
I don't know what would be the benefit.
I'm asking you.
I don't
Would there
know.
be
I
a
don't
benefit to
not
owning,
really.
to
Not to
having
me.
that much information about everybody in the
No,
world?
not
no,
to me.
No. What do you think?
I don't think so.
What if you were into eugenics? When that
What power do the Mormons have, though? I mean, even if you have all this information,
Well,
what,
the Mormons have
I'd
billions.
rather have the Mormons have it than the
Didn't we look
government.
up- Didn't we look up what the difference between the Mormons and the Scientology's bank accounts were? Like,
yeah, Scientology is way more money.
Oh God, yes. I would think.
I thought it was the opposite. I thought the
I'm pretty
Mormons-
sure you're wrong.
Well, that's what Danny's saying. That's what I'm saying, Danny. If the U.S. government has this information, that's bad. The Mormons,
Okay.
who cares?
So say the Mormons have it, but their security isn't what it should be, and they've built this up, and it's easy enough for the CIA or whoever
Oh,
to get
you mean
into
like Hillary's emails?
Exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
Okay. Yeah,
Exactly
that's
like
not
those
good.
emails.
That's
Okay,
not
then
good.
what would they do with it, Armand? Let's take you down that path. What do you
I'm
think
not
they
sure
could do?
what's included in this. I mean, to know your genealogy or to, what To know what your DNA is?
Yeah, so say you're genetically predisposed to just a fucking certain type of disease. Your whole
I'm
family
not sure
has
that's-
it, and this and that. And that.
I don't think that's what they do, though. I think they just
do
tell you what your
DNA
DNA's
now.
from.
No, they do.
Ancestry.com has over
And-
14 billion documents on file.
Right, but I'm not
From
sure they
birth
know.
certificates to newspaper clippings to death certificates to medical records.
I'm not sure about that. See, I don't know if they have your medical. They have your genealogy. They know
So
your
it's-
DNA is like
they are now-
78% Navajo Indians
listen,
or whatever.
They are now Ancestry Companies LLC.
Yeah.
So they have Ancestry.com. They have Ancestry DNA. They have Ancestry. They have fucking like 7 different things.
But
So
I'm not sure they have access to what exactly diseases you're predisposed to. I'm not sure that's in what they
Well,
actually.
23andMe really specializes in
Yeah,
that.
that's a different.
Right.
Right. I'm not sure it's the same thing.
But
I'm not an expert on
you
it.
can't tell you if they have the DNA. You tell me that they can't tell that. They can't figure that out at a later date if they needed to.
Well, they,
with
they
access
do have,
to all
they
those.
actually they do have 14 million. Ancestry.com has 14 million people's DNA on file. People have sent in and they have it on file. That is fact.
But the question, I mean, if the government wanted your DNA, it'd be so simple.
They're
to
not
get
the
it.
government though.
Well,
The
I'm just
Mormons
saying,
aren't the government.
But I
You
just
think a
said I don't
private
care
company-
about the Mormons having it. I care about the government having it. We agree that's dangerous.
What it is not dangerous for a
No,
religious
not the
group,
Mormons?
a religious group
No.
to have it. No,
Of all
no?
the people to have it, I think
Would
I'd
you
rather
want
have
the
the Mormons
Scientologists to have it?
Maybe the Jews. I'd
There you
rather
go.
have the Jews have it than the Mormons.
Would you want the Scientologists to have your DNA like that and access to
Who
it?
cares? I'm not worried about John
With the dirty ass shit that the Scientologists do? You didn't be okay with that?
What do they do?
We did a show on Scientology. You don't remember all the fucking dirty tactics that they use?
Yeah, but what's that got to do with the DNA?
Oh, because
That's
if you
more-
have access to someone's DNA, then you could do a fucking million different things, like
Like
frame
what?
them for a murder. I don't know. There's all kinds of different shit you can do with
So
their
is
DNA.
that what we're worried about? with
No,
this?
we're worried about maybe you got a disease that your grandma and your great grandma had, and maybe they think, hey, this guy's going to have it. We're in a famine. Why feed this fucking guy?
Okay, right.
Why feed this guy? Because he's going to die anyway of this disease. So let's give the food to the people that aren't predisposed to diseases.
Okay, to that point, then what? Do you want the government running your medical care? Because that's what they're going to do. You're going to go to a doctor. They'll take a swab of your
nobody's
DNA.
talking about the government. I'm
You're
asking
worried about the Mormons.
Yes, that's what the fuck we're talking about.
I'm not. I just told you. I'm not afraid of the fucking Mormons having it. I'm afraid of the government having it. Are you for Medicare for all, like Bernie and Elizabeth want?
Yes.
Then they'll have your fucking DNA.
Good.
Then you better be scared.
It doesn't
Yes.
matter.
Okay.
They're not
Well,
the Mormons.
Mormons are scared.
They're not
the
the
government,
Mormons,
you
Armand.
trust them.
They're not the Mormons.
Have you seen the
Right.
Mormons' magic underwear?
The
That
Mormons
scares me.
magic underwear?
Yeah, they have magic underwear.
Where do I
You
get
know
a
that?
pair?
You know that?
This guy obviously knows nothing about Mormons, so he's
No, I don't know anything about
Right.
Mormons. They got a nice choir.
dum 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 dum. South Park. Never mind. It turns out though that the Mormons do not own Ancestry.com.
No, they don't.
Okay.
It was
so why,
founded.
why are we having this stupid
Because-
discussion?
There's a lot of people out there that believe that Ancestry.com is owned by the Mormons and that there is a plot
There's a
by the Mormons.
conspiracy so that's why we're having this discussion. Armand.
Okay, and take this to the
guy
logical
that's-
conclusion. The Mormons, assuming they have Ancestry.com,
They don't.
and there's this heinous
God
conspiracy.
fucking know- as is with most of these conspiracies.
Well, he seems to be terrified at the prospect
No,
of the
he's not,
Mormons
no.
having it.
God, no.
Armand, he's just trying to illustrate the conspiracy here. He's not actually saying he believes.
Did you
in
get
it.
boneheaded over the last 2 weeks? I don't understand what happened here.
Yeah, he's still stuck in last week's,
Man,
asshole mode.
I've been down on the border building walls.
Have you?
Right? Just throwing
Sorry.
blocks up.
Yeah,
huh?
they've been working hard.
But so you don't think that there's any issue with them having like all that DNA, like the biggest genealogical record? They've got it legally. It's no big
No,
deal. I'm
I'm
not
worried
saying
about
that.
the
I'm saying
government
that.
having it, not the Mormons.
What if the government goes in and takes over Ancestry.com?
That's certainly possible. That's scary.
Okay, well then Ancestry.com
I would
having
doubt-
all that
but the
access
same
to DNA
people that
should
are
worry
worried-
you, right?
That's unlikely. What's more likely is we have Medicare for all, and the government has your DNA, and you're fucked. Believe me, that is coming.
Why? Okay, so why would you be fucked if the government
You
had
just
your DNA?
talked about it. If you're predisposed, this guy's got an 85% chance of having prostate cancer
Sure.
and dying before he's 60. Fuck him. Why would we give him medical care?
Big
He's already
earthquake,
dead.
Big earthquake hits, shatters America right into half. The big, river, nothing can get through. Obviously, we don't have fuel for the planes and shit. So, say they're over there in Utah, they control the food for the West. The entire West.
Mormons?
The Mormons. Yeah, I'm just fucking making something up here, Armand. But you get what I'm
Yes,
saying,
you
though.
are.
Do you know what I mean?
I
Like
think it's
the
ridiculous. I just told you what I'm afraid of. Not the Mormons.
boogeyman. I know. I heard it.
I'm afraid of the government.
You're afraid of the boogeyman. You're afraid of Bernie Sanders.
Ross says it's
I'm
HQs
afraid of
in
anybody having that kind of information.
It's HQs in Utah. It's definitely owned by Mormons. No, it is headquartered in a city that has a 98 or 88% Mormon population. Obviously, it's going to have a lot of Mormon people running it. The man started the company who no longer owns it. Is now owned by a European VC.
Yeah, it's a investment group, right?
Right. Venture
How about
capitalist
that?
group.
Isn't the place where they have all the phone records and everything? Isn't that in Utah?
Which
What are
one?
you talking about?
They're talking about with the information center where they have all text.
I don't know.
Taxes
That's
and everything
one
that's
single
ep-
place actually though.
Wait a minute. There's a
Yeah.
spot for that?
Like think of
Yeah,
like
it's
you ever
in
see
Utah.
Die Hard 4, like Woodlawn, where they
Oh,
keep all
God,
the
yeah.
it's the repository.
There's no
where-
real place like that, though, right?
I don't think. I think there is.
I would say it's several places. You don't keep all that data in one spot. And what if that spot gets fucking destroyed? You don't risk that.
What's with the Mormon hate, Eric? I don't
Yeah,
hate
no
Mormons.
kidding. Why am I grinding somebody's
They're
gears?
not Jewish, Eric. What do you got a problem with them?
I don't hate Mormons.
But you do Jews.
I don't hate
So,
Jews
out of
either.
what religious group would you prefer not to have this information?
Personally,
the
I don't
worst
care
religious
if
group
anyone
to have?
has it.
Okay,
Personally,
Who
But
should-
would be the
who-
worst? Probably the Catholics.
Let's flip this on its head. What person or people would you trust having this information?
We have a Catholic here.
Or should this bank of information even be allowed to exist, like in a DNA fashion?
There's no
Obviously, in a
reason you can say it
genealogical-
can't exist. You can't say that.
And you know what's bullshit too is
Yes,
we
what's
were talking about
bullshit?
earlier. A genealogical record, but it's based on like family tree, is bullshit anyway. Because somewhere along the line, somebody lied about who the father is.
That's true. That's true.
So if you're just looking basically by family tree who a purported father was, eventually, even if it's 10 generations back, somewhere, I guarantee you along the lines.
the only like
it's
sure
false.
Well, you know what?
way is by moms.
Well,
It's
here's what gets me.
mitochondrial, I think, is the mother.
Mitochondrial DNA,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Well, here's what gets me of all this. When they say I'm 1/64th
Cherokee and
whatever,
Oh,
right?
fucking God.
There's no such thing as one. You get half of your genes from the father, half from the mother. Other than that, there's a law of random assortment. It doesn't mean you're getting a quarter from each grandparent. That's not how
I
it
mean,
works.
there is a good possibility that
You're getting half from each parent,
But
but
you
after
got, hey,
the,
you
the
got
five
any Italian in you?
look up random
64th
assortment.
would be what? 5 generations down, I think, something like that. 5 or 6 generations.
It doesn't
down.
matter.
That's my point. Is by you could easily in 5 or 6 generations have missed all of those, the genetic markers
You
that
could
come
be-
from Cherokee or whatever. And
Well, yeah, it can
not get past
disappear
that.
because that's what I'm saying.
So how-
chromosomes assort randomly?
Right. So how do they do that? Say you want to be like I want part of the money that my fucking tribe is getting for the casino.
And I think there is.
And I'm 1/8.
I think if you're 1/8 or
Yeah,
whatever,
1/8
you're
gets
entitled.
it. There's a gal in Brighton that gets something like $13,000 a month from being 1/8 whatever.
Yeah,
Indian.
I
Native American,
believe
yeah.
it. I believe sure.
100%. Guarantee you.
So at what point does it cease to matter? Is it past an eighth?
I don't know. I mean, what if?
Oh,
I guess the point where you don't get any
Out of time.
casino money.
We fucked it up.
Where you don't get the casino money, huh?
That's the logical place.
Hey, you got any Italian in you? You want some? Hey,
That line's not going to work on me. You're not docking me, partner.
We're gonna dock, brother.
You guys should stand up and dock right now. Dock.
I just like I like the term. I'm
know
not sure I
you
like
do.
the act.
I know you do.
You do like the act.
Well, whoever came up with it,
Not what you said
pretty
last
smart.
night.
That's pretty funny.
So the next one, the final,
right. Oh,
the final
thank God.
topic is a
All
good
right.
one. What do you think about that, Darmond? The final topic. It's like
Oh,
Jerry's.
Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
Covenant. Okay. Do the Mormons have that too?
The Mormons weren't around then. They weren't started until the late 1800s,
Stupid
right?
bastard.
God damn it.
Yeah, but maybe
Armand.
they found it.
No, they didn't.
Well, who has it? Indiana Jones?
They could
let
look
me-
in their
let me start the
genealogical
timer.
records and
Boys.
tell you, though.
We got a timer thing?
All right. So what are we discussing? Does it actually exist or what? I don't
Well,
see any.
we're going to wait until he starts the timer to discuss that.
This isn't in a debate of whether it exists or not.
Well, we got to do the 10-minute topics without him. There's just no way.
Yeah. It's not every show's a
Thank
debate.
you.
Sometimes we just like giving information out or talking about something that may or may not
well,
be.
please disseminate your information.
The Ark of the Covenant. Have you ever heard of it, Armand?
Yes, I have. Yes, I've heard of it.
It is supposedly a gold-covered chest, for lack of a better word.
What
chest.
was the wood made of? It was
It was Acacia wood.
Acacia wood.
Acadia. Oh,
Acacia wood. If you look in Exodus, I believe it's 25:17, I believe.
wow.
It goes into how exactly how large it should be, like a cubit and a half by 2 cubits, roughly.
It's got to be bigger than that, right? Cubit's 18 inches.
Listen, I don't have the exact in front of my head.
Well,
My
don't
point being,
4 cubits by a cubit, I thought's what it was.
Cubits.
Which it doesn't make sense, but that's what I've read. I'm pretty sure that's what
That's
it's
70. That's 6 feet.
I'll look in the wiki.
6
Hang on.
feet by what? How many cubits?
It'd be like 6 by 2, which doesn't make sense.
it's 52 inches by 31 inches by 31 inches.
Okay, so it's
So,
about
yeah.
2 cubits. Maybe not. Okay, all
3
right.
by 2 by 3 by 1.5 by 2, 3 by 2 by 2,
Okay.
roughly.
It's
Point
a
being,
fucking big box.
this was the box that they God commanded the Israelites to build to hold their remains.
Well, he told what's his name up there on Mount Sinai? You know?
Moses.
Moses, right.
Told him how to what to build. So
That's a freaky story too, because one God says, "I want you everybody to come, but once y'all get here, only Moses, nobody else can come up here and talk about this stuff." I don't know, some word
he was
back on
God's
Moses.
prophet.
Yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny. It's like, well, Moses says that God says
well,
only
Moses says. You know,
Well, they had to leave.
who the
Everybody
fuck are
back.
you?
Everybody had to stay back and build a golden calf.
What if one of the fucking Hebrews was like, you know, who the fuck is this guy? Comes down from the mountain telling us what the fuck
Well,
to
he
do
was
and how
he was
the
son
fuck
of
to
the
live.
Pharaoh.
Fuck this
Moses
guy.
was adopted
know what I mean?
son of the Pharaoh, so he
Yeah,
had some
well.
stroke.
Yeah. You'll say.
Any which way.
Yeah, anything else?
Yeah,
Anything else? What?
there's plenty.
Please
Well, how about
elucidate.
Is it real? How about
No.
that, Armand?
No.
you don't think it ever existed?
Okay.
I think you got a better chance of having the
Even-
dinosaurs with opposable thumbs.
Hold on, you don't think that it's possible they built an Ark of the Covenant even if it was empty to supposedly hold the remains of the Ten
Allegedly.
Commandments?
Sure.
Okay, there you go.
Great. I'm convinced. It makes
Jesus
a great
God.
movie. though.
Logically, it's possible that there was one, Armand. And
What's
that-
your point? All of a sudden we're
There's no
religious?
point. We're just
Yeah.
talking about a possible artifact.
Then why
that
are you
exists.
asking? I don't care. What do I care?
Oh my word.
We won't be asking you again.
Jesus.
I don't think
I'm gonna
there
turn
was
this
an
mic
Ark of
off.
the
I mean, you can
Covenant.
leave whenever you want if you don't want to talk about the stuff we're talking about. That's fine. Okay, there were supposed powers of the Ark of the Covenant. They took it around the walls of Jericho for a whole week, paraded it around,
And then they fell.
and then apparently the walls
I
of
thought
Jericho
it was
fell.
Joshua's call on his
This is a different
horn.
time. This was a different time.
Oh.
Not the original time.
All right.
They'd have when they go into battle, they'd have their guys like how far in front of the troops were that they'd have a couple slaves dragging the
Is
putting-
this in the Bible? I don't remember reading any of this.
It's from a whole bunch
You
of
read the
different
whole
sources.
Bible?
Yeah, I did.
There's actually-
I wasn't
Cover
paying
to
much
cover.
attention.
There's canonical
Yeah.
sources that exist that are not in the Bible that talk about the Ark of the
So
Covenant.
this is the
too.
Apocrypha.
It's canon. I mean,
It's canonical, yeah.
It's not
Well,
in the Torah.
you've really jerked the air out of our sales today, Aaron, I got to tell you.
Well, I mean, the other topic's okay. But this,
The
I
Ark
don't
of
know
the
why you
Covenant's just bullshit,
tack this
huh?
one on.
'Cause a
Well,
lot
you
of
asked me if
people-
I believe it. I said no.
It's supposed to have
What do you want?
special
What do you want me to
powers,
say?
Armand.
I'm an atheist as well. I hate to be labeled.
I didn't say I'm an atheist. I don't believe in this. You can believe in God, not the Ark of the Covenant. This sounds
well,
kinda
certain
screwy
people
to
that
me.
listen to us do, and they
Okay.
care about the Ark of the Covenant and what kind of powers it may or may not have.
Well, please tell me, what powers does it? command?
Apparently, fucking strong ones that it's going to bring down the walls of Jericho. I would think, and I mean, everybody's seen the movie with Indiana Jones, the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It fucked those people up. They
Yeah,
opened that thing, it
that's true.
fucked those people all up. So, but what I don't get is like how the guy that built it, what was it, the last fucking nail that went into it, and then it's like, oh shit, now it's got powers, I can't touch it now. Like whoa.
Well, you weren't supposed to be able to touch it. It would give you.
He fucking built it though.
Well, that's fair.
You know what I mean?
They actually the plans that were given to them included a rod.
Wait.
They were given exact instructions by God of what to build.
By Moses,
Well, from God.
from
To
allegedly.
Moses, allegedly. Any which way, rings that were
Moses-
supposed to affix to the side of the.
Build me a box.
And through these rings, what size sticks they were supposed to stick through
Yeah.
these rings, all covered in gold.
It had some allegedly had a rod in it. That one person.
Aaron's rod,
yeah,
right.
And then there was a fucking a bowl of manna. This is what they said in there. Bowl of manna. Yeah, like manna, I guess would be fresh greenery.
No, manna's like.
As a joke, Armand.
What is
a
manna?
bowl of it? Never mind. And manna is what you tap sideways in Magic the Gathering in order to cast spells.
Manna from heaven? That's what manna is?
No,
Manna's food, right?
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah. I
You're telling a story.
thought it was like
Here,
oatmeal.
I've got the exact dimensions here. I don't know. I'm going to open up Exodus here.
I thought we just said that. It's like, what, 52 by 31 by 31?
Yeah, but I want it in the original God's word, okay?
Okay.
Oh, you'll never get that.
Have them make an ark of Acacia wood, 2.5 cubits long, a cubit and a half wide, and a cubit and a half high. Overlay it with pure gold, both inside and out, and make a gold molding around it. Cast 4 gold rings for it and fasten them to 4 feet with 2 rings on one side and 2 rings on the other. Then make poles of Acacia wood and overlay them with gold. Insert the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark to carry it.
These are God's instructions.
These are God. This is directly from the Bible. I
right.
started at Exodus 25:10. Now I'm on
All right.
25:15. The poles are to remain in the rings of this ark, and they are not to be removed. Then put in the ark the tablets of the covenant law, which I will give you. Make an atonement cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits long and a cubit and a half wide. Make 2 cherubim out of hammered gold at the ends of the cover, so 2 angelic figures on
Yes,
top
I know
of
what a
it.
cherubim is, yeah.
Well, not everybody does. This isn't all about you, Armand.
Well, you're looking at me, so I assume
Make
you're
one cherub on
speaking
one
to
end
me.
and the second cherub on the other. Make the cherubim of one piece with the cover at the 2 ends.
What's this, a Jesus doc?
What did he say?
There's somebody in the chat's pretty funny.
that's
Moses
not
and Jesus
funny.
docked. No, that was. I mean, that was pretty funny. But
Victor's. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know, man.
So like they have the angels on the top with their wings have to be. What did they say? There was exact instructions about how their wings had to be.
Yeah, they built it. They stuck some shit in. It never happened.
Now, all right, never mind all that. Has it? Aside from the Steven Spielberg version of history, has anybody ever found this thing?
Yeah.
Where's it alleged to be?
In
For
Ethiopia.
For now,
Where?
Well, there's several places. Actually, Ethiopia is just one of them. There's a church over in Ethiopia that they claim to have had it since after the Babylonians sacked the Temple of Solomon, which it rested there for hundreds and hundreds of years.
It was like 560 something, I believe, is whenever they took.
Long fucking time
lost
ago.
from there.
All right.
There was a guy though recently that went into that church and was allowed to view the Ark of the Covenant. He said it looked nothing like what it was supposed to look like.
What was he? He was from a university. He was actually, this is what he does.
Have they done carbon-14 testing on this thing or anything?
No, they're not allowing them in there to do that. The guy would have to take a piece of it, a chunk out.
All
of
right,
it.
so I'm going to ask you: do you think does this exist? Did it ever exist, and does it still exist?
I think there's a good chance that it may have existed.
And it held the Ten Commandments as
no.
given to
rocks.
Moses on Mount Sinai.
I personally don't feel that's possible.
Okay.
Personally, I don't think the
So what do you
Ten
think it
Commandments were
is?
given to man by God. I think those were a good fucking idea to write if you want to keep a society in line.
Agreed. Moses was a genius. Maybe he made this entire shit up.
He
Maybe
could've just
Moses
been
was the
fucking
man
insane.
behind it.
There could have been any number of reasons why they did what they did. You know what I mean? Do I think that
You think it has
has
special
powers?
powers? Yes, that's what I was going to
Other
ask
than the placebo effect of its presence, you know what I mean? On an army, like, oh, the fucking covenants, the Ark of the Covenant's here. But eventually, they got the shit beat down by the Philistines, and the Philistines took it. But then the Philistines got wrought with plagues after that. Everywhere they took it, they would have plagues of flies,
Which was said to be.
I thought that was the Egyptians.
Well, there was also the Philistines, where any place they took and put the Ark of the Covenant, they had bad things befall them. So I don't know. It's just more of the stuff that surrounds.
Okay,
the
and this
mystery
is
of
all in the
Ark.
Bible too. I don't remember any of this stuff.
Let me find. No, this is
What
not
are your
all in the
sources
Bible.
on this?
The internet's, man. What the source of all this shit is.
Okay, well,
Philistines, Ark of the Covenant. Let me look here. We'll get to the bottom of
yes,
with
please.
The Philistine. This is from Wikipedia. Samuel 5 and 6 described as Philistines having moved the ark to several parts of their territory as tumors or hemorrhoids afflicted the people in each town it was taken. Ashdod, then Goth, then Ekron.
That hurts.
Can you imagine a hemorrhoid from the Ark of the Covenant?
Oh, that'd be a bad hemorrhoid.
Fuck, I bet
They
that
had
one
a-
would hurt.
Ooh.
They had a plague of mice that sprung up where they took it at one point.
Oh, that's not a bad plague.
The severity of punishments apparently increased whenever it passed through, which is kind of weird. I don't know. Just shit like that.
This is in Samuel.
This is in Samuel's 5 and 6. Yeah,
Okay.
there's references to it. So I mean, it's
So
in the
it doesn't
Bible.
sound like it's a good thing to have this thing.
Well, for the Philistines, they stole it. They took it from the Israelites, God's chosen people.
Oh, okay.
They weren't supposed to have
So
it.
don't steal it. Yeah.
The Israelites got kind of cocky. They thought they were going to beat the shit out of the Philistines. It didn't work out that way.
What was the Ark in Halo? I don't think it was that. I think that was something.
The Ark in Halo was basically like Noah's Ark.
It was like
in
it
space.
held the
All the species of the galaxy, whenever
that's
they were
right.
to fire the Halo.
The
ring.
What the
Halo
hell are you
ring,
guys
that's right.
talking about?
It's from a video game.
Oh,
Another usage
okay.
of the
I
word
was gonna say,
ark.
what
but
book of the
completely
Bible's that in? All right.
That's in
1 minute we're in Samuel.
117. That's that's John 117, I believe.
different. God damn it. That's funny. That's funny.
Sega 3,
Yeah.
Chapter 2.
No, there's a lot more to that joke, Armand, than
I
was
don't know.
along the
I don't
surface.
get it. All right.
Armand, you got to remember what we're doing here, too, for next week.
What are we doing? Well, next week's a holiday. You guys aren't going to be here.
Oh, we'll be here. You're not going to be here? We'll definitely be here.
Are you gonna be here?
You live here. You'll be here.
Yeah, where am I going to go?
Yeah, where's he going to go? Hold on. Let me stop this timer over here. And we'll finish
Did we filled it up
Oh, we filled it up all right.
like a young
With
girl
what?
on
I don't
prom
know.
night? That was probably a terrible joke.
I like the Italian in you better.
Yeah, that's what you say. Hey, you got any Armenian in you?
Yeah.
No, why? You want some? Hey.
Yeah. I got you Italian right here. All right. Well, anyway, so I don't know.
Oh man.
Has this show been a success?
No.
No, God no.
I
Let's
kind
not
of put the
repeat it
show
then.
away and never, we're going to repeat it. I plan on not having you on that day. Love you and all, but you've pooped all over everything we've talked about today. And it's not about proving things wrong. It's about talking about the possibility of
Yeah,
it.
Well, I
It's
don't
the
like your
discussion.
subjects. It's not that it's
Discussion.
10 minutes.
Well, if you would join us anytime we're planning a show, you would have plenty of free
I
room to
told
talk.
you I want to do a Wall Street episode. You guys don't want to do
That's
it.
boring.
All right. This is exciting. The Ark of
Agree
the
to
Covenant.
disagree. Agree to disagree.
All right. Well, see, we can do that. So we have
Oh,
established
no,
something.
we can't. I
See,
agree
now you're
to not disagree.
Okay, there you go. So you disagree with agreeing to disagree.
That's right. That's exactly what
You're
it
being
is.
very disagreeable today.
So are you.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do an after show with you.
Well, fine.
You're like after birth is what you
Then
are.
there's probably 2 or 3 people that were going to say Team Armand, but we're just going to delete them and act like they never even called.
My team. Hey,
Those emails are fucking gone. Okay.
hey, we're like Team Trump. We don't abandon ship.
Proof doesn't mean shit to Team Trump. Let's
Right.
grab some pussies.
Right on, brother.
Armand's like, okay, you had me at pussies. I'm in.
That's right.
Where do we start grabbing them at?
Yeah.
Anyway, interesting show today. I don't know how long it'll be till we do this again.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting, but ultimately a failure.
I would agree with that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it could've been better.
Jessica liked it. Not a
So-
bad show. See,
We had
don't downplay it.
plans though for this, Armand. See, what we were going to do was cut each one of these segments into a 10-minute YouTube video and do 10-minute topics and have a whole YouTube fucking series.
Every one of these are now worthless
Stupid
today.
idea.
Every one of these are now worthless today. We can't cut
So-
these into
so
any
thanks for
topic.
that.
Well, you didn't tell me that.
Well, we didn't think you'd come
No,
on
we-
and just
we-
start
we
pull
tried
your
with
pants
the-
down and jump up on the table and poop right on it.
He said you had a need to swing your dick around, like from the Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah.
Well, I think we did.
Funny enough, they were talking about Trump in that fucking episode.
See, the thing is, I think we started on the wrong. We should have ended with the big argument.
completely
on it.
agree.
Right. 'Cause
We didn't
once we
think it-
started on that, it was all over. So,
Yeah,
So you should have
not
ta-
wrong.
Yeah,
That's
you-
my fault, and I will
yes,
hang for it.
There you go. You start with the Ark of the Covenant because nobody's gonna fight over that dumb thing.
Or
Hey, I believe in it.
Civilizations. We should have started
Yeah,
there.
right. Or even Alan Dulles. But
Kind of. Yeah. This
is that
my
what
fault for
started?
the
What
order.
started us on that? What? How did we?
It was
get
the Great Divide where we started talking about
that
how-
should have
how
been
people-
last. Yeah.
Ryan
I totally
Sykes.
agree.
Ryan Sykes. He says, "Mate, I blame all the docking. It must have been the docking talk
Yeah,
that."
I know.
And whenever
I think if we
we
were
showed
talking while we were talking, it would have been much more enjoyable and agreeable.
we'd have definitely been more calm.
I don't know.
I
Can we
don't
do a
know about
3-minute
that.
doc? Does that work?
Excuse me.
Anyway, let's wrap this up. We'll get into the wrap up here in a few minutes.
Ryan's from the across the pond. From
Oh
the
yeah.
motherland.
Well, Ryan, what do you think about his accent?
Ryan, how's my accent, mate? Is it not bad? It's not bad, right?
Englishmen
on.
don't say mate. That's Australian,
It
isn't
doesn't matter. English people do say mate.
it? I don't know, bloke. Isn't
If you're, hey, can you please email us at info@surrealtalkpodcast.com
All our English listeners.
and let us know that if you are from the UK or anywhere over there, mate, tell me, is mate a thing?
Except Cardiff. We don't want any Welshmen.
Well, oh man, there was a guy.
Hey, Scotland gonna leave. Boy, I love the English, man. Brexit, baby.
Oh, the
Love it.
accent is nice, eh?
I love him. I love Boris Johnson too. He's great.
I love Boris Yeltsin. He was a good bowler.
The Ark of the
He's a
Covenant is
boozer.
no longer valid. Well, we can still talk about
Why
it.
is it no longer valid?
Yeah, what's that?
It
What is
says, if the Ark of the Covenant is Old Testament, then it is no longer valid since Jesus fulfilled the law.
That's interesting theory.
I still think it's still valid. Like, just because, the New Testament exists doesn't mean we can't learn from the Old Testament.
It's not the Ark of the Covenant would be invalid. It's the covenant itself.
Okay, where's this one you're telling? It's in Ethiopia, where this guy they
There's one.
claim
There's
it
3
is.
or 4 different places where they claim it is. But
They say bloke too, but mate, if anybody could say mate. Yeah.
I actually wouldn't mind doing a whole show on Ark of the Covenant. Really getting deep into it and giving all the theories about what its powers are, where it come from.
Fuck you, man. Who's he
Eric
talking-
is a
who's he
sound
talking
bloke.
to?
Ryan,
knows?
Ryan, do you say mate? Just let me know, mate. That's all we need to know. That's the end of the show is do English people say mate?
The end of the show is thank you for listening to Surreal Talk. We'll catch you guys here in a few minutes on the wrap-up show. Go to surrealtalkpodcast.com, vote in the poll.
That's true.
Check
too.
out our store, surrealtalkpodcast.com/store.
That's true.
Help out the show. We got a Patreon if you feel like helping us out after today. I wouldn't blame you if
Yeah, I don't know about today.
you never wanted to click
Yeah.
that link. It's patreon.com/surrealtalk.
That guy's getting banned.
Who's
Anyways,
that?
keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Hold on. Give me his name. We'll get
It's
him.
Thomas. He's just he's too flat.
See you, Victor.
Being a dickhead.
It's all flat. It's all just every comment's flat earth.
Okay, cool. All right, well, we'll see you guys here in a few minutes. Thanks.
Later, alligators.
Who's on flat Earth?
They said after a while, crocodile.
We gotta come up with something better.
And we're
than
clear
that.
on the record.
Do English people dock? I'm going to say yeah, Luar. If I had to guess that if docking was, it's probably better over there with the extra foreskin. You know what I mean? With the
English people have extra foreskin.
that's not circumcised,
Yeah, how
right?
would-
Correct? Is that not the thing?
English are fine with circumcision. They're Christians.
Oh fuck!
Jewish
I had that
people.
all wrong. I thought all English people had extra foreskin.
Anyway,
Wow.
yeah, wow.
Well, today I learned.
We'll see you guys here in a few minutes.